globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent. Negative narratives about the continent.
Before we become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of president that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law. We got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
And why we should go through this rigorous, chaotic, demoralizing, and inexplicable situation after much cogitation on this clandestine and surreptitious, furtive, he said, and I quote, "I am not a magician. Forgetting words are like egg. Once broken, they are gone. Once spoken, they remain indelible in the heart of man." Come to think of it, do they have the powers, the spiritualism, the abracadabra, the voodoo to perform the magic, and as well transmogrifically transmute and transfigurate this ugly devil? I saw it in their hocus pocus explicandum, explication, elucidation, where we thought the shibboleth was a travesty and a parody to lampoon the masses expected a limousine from the government. After the miserly, the niggardly, the chaser-peering, the penurious, and the parsimonious, that I will say and remind us at this point in time that this is democracy. The government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Not oligarchy, plutocracy, and aristocracy. The catchword, the byword, the shibboleth, the locution, the conversion, the paroxysm, the spasm are counterintuitively excruciating, malodorous, horrendous, odoriferous, and odorous. But I pray that there's so much acclimatized transmogrification, there's so much acclimatized transmutation. It's not an act of sarcasm. Could it be that we are heading for better days? Could it be the political Moses that will take us to the promised land? Only on this note will I koto in Japoho, or else I will not koto in Japoho. sententious, inarticulate, and uncommunicative on this act of recidivism, which is the verisimilitudinous xenophobic attack on my consanguinities, thinking it is a path to honorificabilitudinitatibus. Honorificabilitudinitatibus is a melancholy that led to this scattered, nauseous, and miasmatic vituperative attack. This is barbaric and megalomaniacal. My pain is this. But I've refused to act. What a devitalizing, a petrifying, and a desiccating situation. To me, the belligerent, deleterious, cantankerous, and murderous annihilation, decapitation, obliteration, and mutilation of my consanguinity in their milieu is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and clamorously exasperating.
And why we should go through this rigorous, chaotic, demoralizing, and inexplicable situation after much cogitation on this clandestine and surreptitious, furtive, he said, and I quote, "I am not a magician. Forgetting words are like egg. Once broken, they are gone. Once spoken, they remain indelible in the heart of man." Come to think of it, do they have the powers? Situation, I saw it. It's in a political somnambulism and malocclusion. It's in a financial and economic bantigism. Look at the way the game politics is becoming a bugaboo. What a political holy bully. What a political hoity-toity. What a political foodie-doody. What a political hocus-pocus they have come with. What a political jabberwock. What a political poppycock. What a political gobbledygook. With this consternation, I ask that you accept my pertinacious circumlocution. Accept my pertinacious circumambagous grandiloquence and magniloquence. But I will tell you this, I will not kowtow in their poho. I will refuse to kowtow in their poho. Thank you. It is appalling. That is the reason I've been in a compendious laconic lacuna, not a recapitulation. But let me tell you this, that it is Leca and pulchritudinous, that in a legotla, in an imbizo, flagitious, and enervating lematas, we excogitatedly ruminate how the recidivistical politicos move from budget disappearance to budget doctoration. Out there, they deplete the citizens of their obstreperous and vociferous modus vivendi. Enough of this vilification and solipsism. This is execrably pugnacious, pestilential, and attenuating. Imagine the imbibition of the political rodomontates, which has kept us in an abject ululation. Why? This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and exasperating. What a political baloney. What a political ballyhoo. What a political bunkum. Balderdash and hogwash. At this point, I will borrow the words of the great sesquipedalian logomanian, that it is crystal clear, like the biblical mene mene teke you foreseen. Can do better. Tell him to do better. But at this point, we will not kowtow in their poho. Today, what we get in return, what we get in appreciation, is the colossal, gargantua, high cost of living. What an opprobrium, what an odium, what an ignominious memento. That even at the barbituration of the so much acclimatized, by a scrupulous, fastidious, puritanical, boisterous, energetic, and a rooting but today for party affiliation, sentiments, for political somnambulism and malocclusion, he has chosen to remain close-mouthed, reticent, taciturn, uncommunicative, and unforthcoming, meaning he has kowtowed in their poll.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on coercion or sanitary conditions. Protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency
may I say Liberia. What I mean by man? Oh, what I mean by me on them we're ready to face JMB. Prezo. Another day. Yay. Yes. Another day, another day. Great people, man. Let's see, let's bring on few of you as quickly as we can. Then that we'll be doing it. We move on to what we've got on our plate this afternoon in the Republic of Unity Party. And what they say, and now what we say, they say that the country for them, people with serious mental problem can think that way. Sylvester, you are on. A Lord Shots, Lake, Congo Town, Alexander Dolly, Tennessee, USA, Setu Jabo, Johnsonville, Claudia Allison, Delaware, USA. See regular intellectual militant Henry Na, Fender Community, Carl Field, Elijah Nepe, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, USA, Harrods City, Caldwell, New Georgia, Grace Corner, Terrain, Stephen Coker, my dear John brother. Good to have you on. Hope that you are faring well. Pennsylvania, Upper Darby, USA, Abraham Weir, Spencer Mohammed, Cospon Hill, Went Town, fine area. Emmanuel Bro, Minnesota, USA, Meticulous Julius Mansett, 12th Street Sinker, Precious, Dakukai, Tinkers Village, Sonia Beach, Estelle G. Play, Bernardsville Junction, David Williams, Colorado, USA, Jeff Commentaire, District 16, Precious L. Peters, Yekepa, Nima County, Cogway Wida, Magibi County, Malu Fofana, 20th Street, Mulba Baza, Philadelphia, USA, Jumon Colley, your residence, Jukontichie, your business center, Morovia, Zokia Zolu, Ezekiel Johnson, Staten Island, USA, Rita Christine Hayes, Massachusetts, USA, Manjatu Last Born, Old Roll, Divine Town. My dear sister Orita Sunday Choir, there, hope that you are faring well. I guess you are. Thank God Almighty for you. Ophelia Waller, .4, that's West Point. That played a city by itself, West Point. And the chairman, Roman Rico, Kenneth Ball, Latu Palm, the chairman for life, one and only chairman, the Melting Pot chairman, Akotse Crowds. All of you, great people, thank you, man, for coming on. We appreciate you. We are always inspired by your presence. Let's get to developments unfolding out of Liberia briefly. Then we've got to deal with what we have on our plate. And after that, you can have your say. Your comments will be read, and then we are out. Nigeria's presidency has dismissed as unfounded a viral report claiming President Bola Tinubu planned said the story is a hoax based on anonymous sources and part of a dubious plot by desperate politicians to sow discontent create a political crisis, and stir tensions ahead of the 2027 elections. He stressed that any constitutional amendment requires two-thirds majority in both chambers of the National Assembly and the approval of at least 24 state legislatures and cannot be done arbitrarily. The presidency urged Nigerians to ignore the claim entirely, describing those spreading it as agents of destabilization, and warned that fake, divisive reports are likely to increase as elections approach. Angry protesters have attacked and set fire to tents at Ebola treatment center in eastern DR Congo's Ituri province after demanding the bodies of relatives who died from the disease. Local officials told the BBC police used tear gas and fire warning shots after crowds tried to force their way into Rampara Hospital near Bonia. The families reportedly disputed that their relatives had died of Ebola and wanted to bury them themselves. Officials have called for stronger public awareness campaigns, saying mistrust of health workers remains a major challenge in the conflict-hit region. The outbreak was declared on May 15. Health authorities and around 8,000 employees as part of a major restructuring aimed at making the company more focused on artificial intelligence. The cuts, affecting about 10% of Meta's global workforce, come as CEO Mark Zuckerberg pushes deeper investment in AI. The company has also reassigned thousands of staff to AI-related projects. The changes have raised concerns among employees over job security, workplace data use, and the growing role of AI inside the company. And Pep Guardiola will leave Manchester City after Sunday's Premier League match against Aston Villa, ending a remarkable 10-year spell at the club. The Spaniard departs with 20 trophies, including 6 Premier League titles, the Champions League, and this season's FA Cup and League Cup. City has confirmed their new North Stand will be named in his honor. Nothing is eternal, Guardiola said in his farewell message, but eternal will be the feeling, the people, the memories, and the love I have for Manchester City, he is quoted as saying. Former Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca is among the leading candidates to replace Pep Guardiola. Those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. Let's pick up from the trend at which the world is taking. Not a surprise that attention is being directed more to technology, specifically artificial intelligence. 2 years back or 3, I got a text by Henry Rich will predict or forecast the future. He wasn't forecasting the future from a divine perspective or using any theological indicator of what the world will be in the next 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. But he will predict this time based on the indicators he had before him and what he was seeing unfolding probably in his time get into modernity, and into modernity, the expansion of technology, innovation, creativity, all of those in one. So when this came out, my mind ran back to that text, and I felt that I could lay my hand on it, but I couldn't in my research room. I soon realized I placed it somewhere amongst the other books, which I am certain to get and develop a lecture. His lines, he did forecast that in the next 10, 20, or 30 years, human workforce will be irrelevant, and that computers will replace human workforce. Meaning, what I'm doing now is a workforce that I'm using my hand on this, I'm using that, and that. So technology, his prediction, will now move in and do this, will be able to do just as human being would do. So when I saw this piece from Zuckerberg, I thought on what Ed Rich Freeman predicted in his book. Certainly, that's going to happen. We see in the science. And that is why countries are investing so much in technology. Just to share a joke with you, our country, our president, and his people, they said they were training 10,000 Liberians in IT. Where is it today? Nothing of such. So it's not a surprise that 8,000 persons have been laid out, and the emphasis is to focus more on the computer, on the Mark Zuckerberg said that he wants to concentrate more on artificial intelligence and those workforce, the people who, by their appraiser, are on or still within the company, they will have to be drifted or pushed into artificial intelligence related activities. That's the same area, but different stuff. They're where we are now. That's the age we are in. And I can see why almost everybody wants to be in the IT area, because that's the world we are in now, and it is expanding. It's expanding. You see, around the world, what the other thing? They just tried to show what they carry, Mr. President. It was Japan, Korea. Just been crack another joke again. China, is it China or Korea? They put the stuff on it, on his face. I don't know how they call that. And then followed by the other officials, you will speak, you will say a word or a sentence to the robot, and then the robot will reply. So there you say, I am Sam Andrews. Then the robot will say, Sam Andrews, Walker of Kings 88.5 FM radio station. You just saw that thing? The other people went there, they put it on their face. So if you look at the trend that technology has taken, it is fast moving. And if you are not in that wall, if you have no interest in getting into it, there's going to be disadvantages along the way. Things that you think you have the skill, you have the human skill to do, they will prefer a machine to do it. So you have that gap, that disadvantage, meaning you have the ability, but the disadvantage is they will prefer the machine to do. So you have that IT technology, you have whatever your skill, but you are at a disadvantage point. And at the lowest ebb we are in our country, you see that state, you see how technology is moving, you see how it is taking people from one level to another. So much so now people don't depend, they don't go into hard thinking using their mentor. When they have a speech to deliver at a program, they get on the internet, and the internet provided whatever they need. Almost everybody, educated people, semi-educated, not educated, but exposed with little technological knowledge, approaching the machine for information. You see in our country, you see people using that now, artificial intelligence. You see in school, colleges, university, polytechnics, students are taking advantage of AI. What are they referring? What are they referencing? The machine. They believe in the machine. So from their understanding, or they should drop their ability and put belief figure out, reason hard, analyze. Very many are running to the machine to do it for them. They apply less or no effort, and the machine does everything. So they are telling you in your own country to affirming what going to happen, what some of the futurists predicted. And I believe Heinrich Freeman, what he said in his book. Truly, in the next 10, 15, 20 years, the workforce, human workforce will be insignificant. In most countries around the world, you people know more than I think that I know. Machines are doing everything. Everything, machines are doing it. You have less human application, more machines applications. What that tells you, gradually. So Mark Zuckerberg said, come on, no need of having all of these people here doing many human workforce. We don't need. So 8,000 goes to sit down, and the rest, but that's it. That's the word. That's the word we are in. But get involved with technology. Get involved. But don't allow technology to make you mentally They want you. They want you. They're using you as the surrogate to give the impression that they have measures in place. They've not told you, they've not told the nation what measures they have put in place. They have not told the nation anything of such. No. They have not said it. Nothing. Then they come out and say, the people of this country must be careful. They must follow the measures in place. Everybody should be vigilant. And that's what they've been saying. How can a government tell the people that? How can health officials tell the people that? So they have money. They have money. There is a looming crisis. It is a potential crisis. Everything involves money. To neutralize a potential crisis, there is a plan in place. And every plan gets off the table, not only with the vision, not only with it coming from the mind, but it is supported by money. Those institutions back on anything of sensitization outreach. They are relying on the people's experience of the past, the fear of the past. So they're telling the people, you be careful. You know what to do. You experienced it before. Ebola is deadly. Why? They have received thousands of dollars, which is corruption in itself. Instead of using the money to embark on an outreach, instead of using the money to move from radio stations to radio stations, instead of using the money to do productions of different kinds in the various vernaculars and send it to all of the counties, move from one community to another, sensitizing the people, telling the people what to do, nothing. There isn't any change. Let me ask you, have you seen anyone applying any measure of any one of the Ebola measures they say you should do in the past into now? No. Everybody living like nothing, like no, nothing. So what's the preventive measure? What has the government put in place? Talking about it like what I am doing, or a newspaper chooses to do an ad in it, a sensitization ad, or somebody gets on Facebook to do a podcast within himself by his own will, giving his understanding of how deadly such a disease is. The government, give me one instance that you have seen government, Ministry of Health people, National Public Health Institute, going around sensitizing, going from one radio stations to another, sending, you're producing the message in various vernaculars, making use of the various newspapers here and there. This week, I told you the same thing, the same lackadaisical attitude, the same don't care, the same laissez-faire attitude, the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government show. Before they could realize it, nothing. They're relying on your part of the measures. They said you should wash your hand regularly, sanitize your hand. use nose masks. Don't get closer to anybody, meaning skin should not touch skin, because you don't know whether the next person beside you has the virus or not. All of those measures, about 60 to 70% of the people of this country know. Have you seen anybody applying that? Vehicles, everybody cluster. No bucket. Have you seen a bucket anywhere? We before said that people should wash their hands. Have you seen a bucket coming from the very Ministry of Health and fill? Even in their own place, go to the Ministry of Health. You won't see anything like that. There is no preventive measures in place. Go to the National Public Health Institute. There is nothing like that. The people themselves doing nothing. They will not sit on it and divide it and just live with the understanding that the message going across. Have you seen bucket anywhere with water? Go to the Ministry of Finance, go to various government agencies, go to LRA before us. Everybody moving in and out. Nobody washing hands. Have you ever seen anybody wearing masks? Have you ever seen people say, no, only 2 persons are taking, or 3 persons at the back? Nobody should be clustered. No. All of those measures that they put in place in Ebola time, we have a looming Ebola. It could hit this country at any time. They're sitting over there doing nothing. They have received thousands of dollars, and they're relying on the people. Useless, reckless, irresponsible. So everybody going the normal way, doing normal things. Nobody has time. You ever heard them saying anything? When I told you people this week that they just say, oh, they gave announcement, assurance. A country that has experienced such a terrible, a debilitating disease, when that country hears of it again, immediately they put a measure in place. In fact, the government does not have any contingency in place for any disaster. Out with practical measures. The Ministry of Health came out with practical measures. I will sit here as I am sitting to explain everything to you one by one. I will not put politics into it, and King's FM will not take it as a political issue, because it borders on the life of humanity. One person that is affected, it affects everybody. It could be my relative, it could be Newton Tokpa relative, it could be AB relative, it could be Israel Borsia relative, it could be just any one of us. So we will put no politics into it, and I'm not putting any politics into this one. I am looking at it strictly from a nationalistic humanity standpoint. That the government has to be proactive. Instead of running after people here, they just be proactive. What's the contingency plan in place? The government has no contingency plan. If the government ever had a contingency plan, it would be a contingency plan of going after people to put them in jail. If this thing hits our border and there is infiltration or a spillover, forget it. We only need God to help us. We only need God. They have we have 60 to 70% of the people of this country experiencing Ebola, COVID-19. What happened to the 30 or 40%, which is a substantial ratio? From the time COVID-19 ended to the start or the coming in of COVID-19, look at the number of people who were children became men at 18, 21, 22. They have no idea whatsoever. The only year Ebola, the year COVID-19, but they have no idea whatsoever. Because from that time, Tenan, they were very, very small. They knew nothing. So in your health reasoning, you want to take that demographic into consideration, by which you can increase the sensitization so that they too, for the first time, they will have an understanding, they will know how deadly it is. And when they see the measures that are being put in place, what happened? They join in. Even though they weren't affected because they were small, they knew nothing. But they have grown now from that time to the close. They're just talking government showcase. Nothing is happening. So what I can say is this: be on the light, on the light individually. Be on the light. It is growing by the day in DR Congo. The cases are surging. That means it is right. The cases are rising. The death toll is high. Spillover is uncontrollable. Don't live with the illusion. If somebody knows that he or she has contracted the virus, he wouldn't want to live with it all by himself or herself. It takes a person who is honest to expose himself or herself for treatment. It takes a person of that nature. If not, that person moves from one end to another. That's how it spreads. People keep it. Ebola. So the close from the start of Ebola, just do your mathematics. From Ebola to the point COVID-19 came in, and now the population has grown. Some people you're talking about Ebola, they don't even know. They just think that politics you're talking about because they've not heard it before. And you want to reach out to such group. You want to get them exposed. So the government has to embark on sustain campaign, sensitization, outreach, educating the people, exposing them. If anything, if you have seen any of such, please, I beg you, share it with us. Take off your partisan instinct, your partisan sentiment. Don't say because you are a sedition or a UPS or so, you will say it to please or to discredit. No. I just want a fair understanding. I have said ours. So if you have gone to a given government ministry or a private place or even your own house, if you have heard government health official or institution moving around sensitizing people about using the measures to prevent Ebola, please let me know. You can put it on. For me, I'm sharing mine with you. I've not seen that. We're being observing from the very first day, MPhil, the Ministry of Health, been talking that they are prepared. They have prepared. They are prepared. No Ebola in Liberia. We've been observing. We've been watching. Nothing. The very health ministry, they don't have a single bucket that the people themselves not putting in any measure. They have not put in any measures in place. They too, they're doubtful. They're not taking it serious at all. No. That's rescue. So what I can say to you individually, try to be on their light. Yeah, please be on their light. Do whatever you can. And just 3 pointers, and then we've gone. Let's move to the second. Be too hasty to brag, boast, rant about your institution when you have a serious soul, or when you do not have the capability. Moreover, in politics, you do not attempt to prove a point to the opposition. A government coming out of opposition to become the government of the day and becoming the government does not prove a point to the opposition, because it is not a battle between the opposition and the government. The government or the president takes the oath. Joseph Yeman Boakai stood there and said, I, Joseph Yeman Boakai. And that's why he said, I, Joseph Yeman Boakai, do solemnly swear that I will uphold, protect, defend, and you know the rest of it. Then he said, so help me God, which means it is a covenant between he and God. Officials started running all over the place, comparing and condemning, which is very immature. Politically turning that President Boakai beat President Weah in electricity. President Boakai beat President Weah in road. President Boakai beat President Weah in day, beat President Weah. Making such statement, you are comparing and you are proving a point like you have gotten everything perfect, that Liberia has been turned into heaven, not taking into consideration your imperfections and the hurdles or the difficulties that you will face going forward. That everything will not be rosy, because life and governance, not a walk in the park, certainly not. So they were boasting all over the place. They were writing all on Facebook. What happened today? They cannot write because LEC is bad off, is terrible, is unprecedented. Then they thought it was small lie today, big lie tomorrow. A promise that wasn't realized. The country was in darkness. George Weah came to power. George Weah did not promise heaven, but rather the government would do what it promised the people with the resources available to it. Under the Weah government, there were imperfections. There were technical issues here and there with electricity, but people had electricity. What got into the people's mind and they ran with it, and those people started saying, oh, We are government, no electricity, no this, no that. You got to buy your own generator. Even Charles Taylor told the people, Charles Taylor was facing difficulty. What did Charles Taylor say? Charles Taylor said, go and buy a generator. Charles Taylor himself was facing difficulties. Every government faces difficult times. But Unity Party people proud themselves as having all of the solutions and knowing it all. Ironically, with malice. Now they have started to confess. Nobody is forcing them to confess. They have started to confess. One of their stalwarts, one of their top brass, he is fed up. I just shared a line with you and then we're done with this. How damning, he said, of the Unity Party government, a die-hard Unity Party supporter, Charles Robbins. Hear what he said. LEC is the worst government agency, very poorly performing. LEC is the worst government agency, very poorly performing. Even in this rain season, we can understand nothing off and on all day. These were the people who were saying from Monday to Friday that the country is dark on a judge we are. The country is dark on a judge we are. The country is dark on a judge we are. We can see the entire country no less. The men are know nothing. The men are footballer. All kinds of You know why? Because they can no longer hold it inside because it is bad off, it is messy, it is dirty, it is stink, it is nasty. So they coming out shamelessly. They were hailing Mohammed Sharif all over the place. And what did we say? We sat down in our opposition seat from a nationalistic perspective because we've been in this country for years now. We have good experience of our society, our culture. God has blessed us to understand issues, to watch governments come and government go. That LEC, honor all the governments, LEC have not been favorable to any government. Charles Taylor, no. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, no. George Weah, no. What makes you think that Unity Party are all the solution? Yeah, we are. It's bad off, 5,000% bad off than Charles Taylor, because those times, those former governments, and those periods, rain season, LEC was stable. So everybody would pray. I can remember before Capital FM went into bankruptcy, I think a year before, we had an opportunity to have brought in the LEC people. I just forgotten the white guy name. He did most of the talking. And in the middle of his conversation, what did he say? He said that they spend more money on fuel. Fuel, I can't get readily the figure, but I think I can estimate or approximate that between, he said, they spend, they use between 20, 30 to 50 gallons a day just for a machine. And that they were hoping that every time the rain season comes, look what the man said. Let me quote the man, the one I getting it. I think I'm being retentive. He said that the rain season can come faster. That even if God can fast track the rain season, it will save them huge cost on buying fuel every day to fuel the generator, because it is very expensive, burdensome in the dry season. So governments were going through these things. These United Party people were in opposition. When we had light off for 1 or 2 times, oh, they will exacerbate it. They will overstate it. They knew how to play on the people. They will psychologize the people. They will hypnotize the people. They will brainwash the people. George Weah knows nothing. The country is dark. Look at the man. 2 other men left that football. The man only know football. That's why everywhere he go, the game just say. Then he walk out, sitting in the background, laughing, enjoying himself. Life events, it's a cycle. It goes. When it's happening to your colleague, it's just a matter of time before it comes in that cycle where you are seated. Yeah, they are. Their own people are not saying that it was better off under the George Weah government than it is under our government. And truly, do your survey. The only reason you have the legislators, senators, and representatives, the higher ups, on gasoline. It depends on the kind of generator they're using. And most of the generators, the people producing that, it can burn. It can burn. New generator can burn. So you spend so much money. They're feeling it. It's hurting within. They complain in their house. But they're ashamed to come out to say. Everywhere it is dark. When LEC comes from 1 o'clock, they'll be on from 1 to 2, 3. 3 o'clock, they're gone. That the next day. On a Boaga government, LEC 9, charge your phone quick when they come. You hear the people in the community. You put your phone on charge, oh. You put your phone on charge. Why? Favor, bring my phone. You hear the other person. Jojo, go put my phone on quick because LEC will soon go. Go put my phone on charge. And put the bus on. We are time we hear that one. We hear that one, not because I sending our King's FM. I St. Andrews, we not hear it. Because we're charging our phones. We're sleeping normally. When say LEC was not going, your time LEC will go. But they will come back and they will stay considerable period. People will have done everything they want to do. So even if they left, the people had nothing. But this one, the reason the people not sympathizing with the rescue because the way they portray themselves as knowing it all. Their own man. This is one of several. On off and on all day, off and on, a Christmas light. Everywhere, everywhere. Even your government agencies, setting down the current and go. But they get standby generator, so they put it on. They were praising Mohammed Sharif all over the place. We all look at them and laugh. Listen, in life, you don't be too excited. You wait and see. Terrible. Shame. The only thing that Bouaga has achieved real good, going after those he referred to as his enemy, to crumble them politically, crumble upon them. That will be doing it for that. Thank you all. Let's move to the last pointer, and then we are out for today. Let's go to the Monrovia City Corporation. Monrovia City Corporation, MCC. MCC, honor John Sharouk. John Sharouk Siafar. That's how it's called, that his name, John Sharouk Siafar. Under Jefferson Koji, to do the best he can based on his expertise and the people he was working with. Jefferson Koji tried the best he can, the best he could rather, and he did well. He wasn't 100%. He had technical problems too, but those people in opposition then, every time Jefferson Koji would talk about the technical problems he was facing, the limited support, and calling for partners to be of help, these Unity Party people capitalized on that and said, oh, the man knows nothing. The man knows nothing. The man a small boy. The man, the whole day he wearing Gucci tie. He wearing Gucci days. He doing that. Jefferson Koji inherited the city mayor office. That city corporation, Honor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I am not second guessing you. This is Sam Andrews. I am not second guessing. We've been in this politics for long. That city mayor, the Monrovia City Corporation, Honor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You go and ask her and tell her, say, Sam, never ever, it did not have any image institutionally of a city hall. That place was filthy. It was reggae up. The city mayor too that was there, I think that Mary Bro, no, before Mary Bro was the last person. That Mary Bros tried giving it a facelift. That Mary Bro tried giving a failure. When Ellen realized that the place was dirty, it was stinking, nothing good happening, she sent Bro there. That Mary Bro started changing that place small. When Koji took over, Koji decided to expand on what Mary Bro left. It changed the ballroom, the theater. It took it at different levels. Several programs were being held there. They were the places now that people were moving to have their programs, wedding, whatever the program, whatever the nature, were moving to the city hall, either in a theater or the ballroom. Just like in city corporation was generating money on a Koji. Fast forward, Unity Party comes. Joseph Boakai appoints his wife, nephew, John Sharouk Siafa. The men sat down to that place. Can you imagine? Very bad off. Very, very bad off. Yeah, it's how it was. This is how it was. You see it? You see it? That the ballroom there, the theater, right? You see it? On a Farouk. The people that know it all. When we started flagging dates, when we started flagging it, talking about it here and there, the men call the people, he say, we're working in the public, so already CDC people, the other opposition people, when they see this thing, that not small thing, it's not going to be easy on us. The men generating money, but you can't see what John Farouk Siafa doing with the money. Look at the place, that city hall here, prior to. That city hall. Not even prior to the present condition, because I'm about to show the second one. On a unity party government, you see, the men sat down there, he had no time. You see, this thing went viral. The man was too ashamed and embarrassed. He was very ashamed and embarrassed. And started begging here and there. He started begging. Somebody, what's the name of the guy? I've heard something. So the man said, well, my man, I can help you. I can help you. I can help you to renovate the place. Shamelessly, he comes out and he say he expressing excitement that they have received help to renovate the theater. This thing, if Jefferson Koji State will not be in that condition. Under Jefferson Koji, it was not like that. Yeah, here, your hey, my man, go now, go.
In the city to support us, in addition to what we ourselves as a city intend to do. Today, we are happy to say that the renovation of this historical theater has kicked off. And it has kicked off through the generosity. The first person, which is a major intervention that is making in the city, is through the chairman of LMTI and the managing director of LISCA, Mr. Abraham Avi Zadenberg. We want to say thank you. Thank you for helping us to keep this city going. Thank you, for, we say people. And we call on the other partners. We will still be engaging with you because come what may, by the grace of God, the next Monrovia Day, we want to sit in this theater and make sure that we can all celebrate and we can look at it as a thing of the past. Without saying much ado, I want to thank members of the council who are here. I want to thank, our DGs and Director Generals, our tremendous team that we have here at City Hall. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you because, only people who can see that the NDC, the Monrovia City Corporation is at work. We work in the day, we work in the night. I know there are a few corporations that work in the day but in the night. But the Monrovia City Corporation is finally at work. We have police working at night. We have noise pollution teams working at night. We have cleaning teams working at night. We have drivers working at night. So we have a full team, a part team that work day and night. And now we are also going to put our customer service team where you can call us, we can respond. We are extending business hours on Saturday. It will only get better with your support and your recommendations. We'll continue to be open to constructive criticisms, and recommendations. We are humble by the fact, and we want to be grateful to His Excellency the President continuously for the opportunity and the confidence to serve. Thank you very much, Mr. Zadenberg. And we look forward to the other supporters that will continue to engage.
All right, thank you so much. So if it had not gone viral, if we had not flagged it to the core, he wouldn't have reached out for assistance. That them gave him 3 million, 4 million. When LBS is an entity that can generate its own funding, the MD can lobby, can source funding. The same way with city corporation. But because all of them are political, so they sit down and the place just going bad off. Shame that we've asked other partners to come and help us. Yesterday, when Jefferson was going through a lot, they said he didn't know. It takes small boy to be city mayor. That B-man now. That B-man is city mayor. Let me see how the place look. Avi had to come in to help. Then he said he's calling on other partners to help them. So he said they're working at night. Yes. Where's the other one? He said they are working at night to reduce or remove noise pollution. Out, they will move in various areas and say, oh, people should not make noise.
We have been here many times. I think this is like our 4th time coming here for them putting speaker outside with loud music. It's unacceptable because we have advised them over and over and they are not listening. You want to play your music, keep your music inside and play. They play that street. That's Central Bank right here. It's a street. Keep your music inside. We advise them, but yesterday they are not listening. And I know that the CEO who owns this place is not here. For every time the owner is not here, those who that works here, they don't listen. So now tonight we want to take some measure. We want to put some measure in place to make sure that they know that the government means business. No loud music. You can play your music.
All right, Chief, thank you. So I want to ask you people, the pastors, imams, how are you people processing this quote-unquote noise pollution, as the Unity Party government would say? How are you people? Have you people processed it? Or you people are processing it Meaning, have you accepted it? Have you made adjustment? Is it necessary? Does it make sense to you? Is it going to have any bearing on your worship at the mosques, at the church? Is it going to, or you just find it necessary because worship goes with quietude, it goes with solemnity, or just any? How have you processed it? Or if you are processing it, they said no. Those are the pointers. Let's read a few comments and then we can open the line, and that will be just that off. So let's go 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 98 0375. That's the women's line. Then we are out for today. 0886 30 44 97 0777 98 0375. The women's line 0772 23 99 33. Hello.
Hello, Tanadu.
Hello.
This is Sabato calling from Before Green Square Home.
Let's hear you.
Tanadu, thank you so much for what you've been saying. You know, the whole man culture, we are the Haiti all over. The all concept of Haiti before him. So let's look at them and pray to God. We don't want trouble in the country here. We pray for long life. Thank you so much for the work you do. Tell the thing I always listen to it, but that time I really got missing.
But what's the trouble now? What's the trouble, Sabato? What's the trouble?
No, I moved for bridge.
Okay, all right. I understand. Hello? Yeah.
Just coming. You tend to sympathize with people concerning about the lives.
Lower your radio or cut it off.
Oh, okay. Just a minute. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You try to inform the people the lies that the Unity Party people carry around on CDCD before they won the election. And what is happening now? They went grand there. They said the same thing. We went grand there. We rebuked them and we explained to them this project were underlined by Mr. Weir before the implementation of this.
Okay, Chief.
And also we came back and informed the people in Riverside. Right now we are in Bombing.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Tell the city corporation manager, I don't know how they call him, city mayor or what.
John Siapa.
We are not being elected. But this guy is reckless. The city is still dirty. Nothing is going on. Nothing out to look at nothing.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Westport is dirty. Across the bridge is dirty. I mean, Monrovia, as far as Ronald Street, coming down to Getty Street is dirty. Benson and Getty Street is dirty. Center Street and Getty Street is dirty. And so on.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. We got your point. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Andrews, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call for the down Upon Hill, One Town Community, and a member of Concerned Liberian for Justice. To see one of their own coming out to say the electricity is the disaster under there, then it leads me to asking this question: where is the 42 years experience? Why he was saying minister was also on the color radio station talking about prostitution has been banned our country. And even you can see 14 years old and all now doing prostitution under the quote unquote rescue government that came to rescue us. Mr. Andrews, if you hear the government official, that is for a manner in which they are saying what it tells us, the ordinary people, it tells us that our country is going down the drain. That's why we told them that black guy had never presided over anything that has been successful since he got into government, during President Bush's administration, where he will fire at LPRC, where he will fire at LMPC, all the work, all the areas he performed definitely. This is why he's doing to our presidency. Look at every sector of our country is breaking down on him. Look, Mr. Andrew, we need to pray. But with all that, we stay hopeful that President Weah will come back and elaborate on in 2029. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Go in and have the
Yeah, let's hear you.
They put inside. The water they stay inside, the quarry they stay inside. They stay for the state they stay inside. Nothing that he. I want to that way, man. Yeah, we can wait till they say, he pay for the water. The person that will be money was making the same nothing the last week. They can lie.
You're doing the Ebola thing in your community. The people not go there to talk to you.
I don't see nobody.
The people say you must be washing your hair. You must wear nose mask. They not go there to tell you.
When they go all the community, but they need to face I see that they break it in Ebola again. Well, somebody who can eat no food. Then they get a person that's what I say. Who will die? They get food to get on the Ebola. We are talking about what eating. They were surprised. What did they get a breaking center? Oh, they not again.
But the people say,
people that play.
My best say the people say you must do it so you will not catch Ebola or Ebola will not catch you.
They will make a quota. What say our hair? They get all that way. What take it? But your hair happy? They say you go tell now that why go now that I have to die in the car. Go put in the car again and say die in the car. Ebola car. That I want to break it back again. We are all the power count. We patrol. Nobody. Bye. Ebola. You got Ebola back. There we are. And if I want to be able to go to a hospital, it's just on me. Thank you.
All right, Ma'am Bessie. Hello. Hello, madam. You are on the air.
Yes. Good afternoon, Sanju.
Good afternoon.
Yes, it's a bar calling from Boma of your man. Concern Labrador.
Vic, you went off. Let's go to the men's line. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Ed Moka. I'm not a concern like for justice. We will just encourage our people and all of us to be careful because we are even praying that it should not even happen because these people that we got here, they are very, very careless and reckless on able to manage anything. Because the kind of thing when you're going on, when you're telling people so you post this thing in place, you should start from the borderland, you should start from the airport, even at a very government institution. When you go there, you see some bucket and all those stuff. Even some people need to start texting people. It's over here, our people are prepared. But nothing is happening. Then you say you prepare. So we are only doing it because anything or such is going to be us have in our Corona, in our Ebola, it was very, very dangerous. So when we hear the name, we can be threatening, you know. So we just pray and hope that it shouldn't happen here. But at the same time, we are encouraging our people, don't mind them. Every little thing that you can do, making sure that you keep you and your family safe, you should try to do so. Because just what they were doing when anything happened here, that what they are showing you, they will lack their ability. So be able to keep safe. No, they won't think about pollution and this and that. I don't even know how are they starting and how are they going to end it. Because every system when you try to put in place, there should be some consideration, there should be some expression. So I don't know whether people will be just on Sunday, like he was doing in our club. They will march there and take the speaker down and all the stuff. I don't know, because what we can say, so they got to resources in the budget to carry on some awareness for some of these things. But they will not carry on much awareness. They will just jump into it and go ahead and start doing it. So I don't really know how they want to do it, but we are waiting in our favorite churches. When they come, we will face one another.
But Emokai, if your church
and the imam as well, we say washing them, but they stay behind the nightclub people, taking the people stuff on the street or burning them. But we'll see how they go about doing it, because it's a difficult time to put it under control. But I don't know how they will do it. But we are waiting.
So how your son have been in the church lately?
Yeah, it's still although we don't have speaker outside, is in. We don't put speaker outside. All our speaker is indoor. And Sunday when I went to church, it stayed the same. It stayed loud. You know, our between Broad Street, you know, going down to Warman Church, I will hear the sound loud. So it stay on. It stay on loud. So I don't know who is putting that measure into place.
You people, you people are in church, but while you're praising and worshiping and pastor preaching, you're still looking through the window to see what I said the police better.
Because these guys are praying, they get ready to join to the church. They can't take it. But until then, we stay watching them. But for now, it's still the thing.
All right, Mr. Okay. Carl. Have a nice weekend, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. From the church,
let's hear you, George.
Yeah.
George, just walk away a few seconds from where you are. Your line is cracking. It's not, no, the feedback terrible. So, George, you can call back because I told you to walk from where you are. So, let's go the women's line. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Sandu. Now, in there, where the today, I make a adjust on the line. Up the mouth. It's a bar. Why is on Mama up the mouth? Thank you very much, Sandu. Sandu, you see, like the same thing I always say, I say in Nepal, all the time when they come to power, when they bring sickness, they bring suffering on the Liberian people. They stay there ever since then, they're asking them that they want to get their own money to come and bring sickness in the country. And they finish conclude. Sandu will protect ourselves. God will protect our friends. They ourselves protect ourselves. So how can we do? That thing will come.
So how you're protecting? How you're protecting yourselves?
We protect ourselves for the nose mask, the alcohol, and the Dettol to wash our hair. We not be color to get up plenty. So the same way we did it for the first time in Ebola, and quite safe for the same way we continue to do it. Ain't getting me?
So
and
you are a Muslim or a Christian?
I'm a Christian.
So when you go to China, you can sit down in separate area, or you can still be jammed together.
Yeah, well, we go to China because from the time before Ebola, we are not going to church. So they want to come in and we know that that one.
Yeah, so the people get the money. They get the money that I was talking about. They get the money for it. The money there is for them to go around to space between another person. So that how you're doing it now?
Yes, that we're doing now because we
Vic, that when you go to church on Sunday, you can sit down, separate space can be between the worshipers.
No, start here now, but the way now all believe here, all what they want now, and we you're talking on the radio now, we'll take precaution from now on now, what will happen. Before then, you never can finish all again because the point you never can 1,000 people. Before the second, you never can clear the whole of the world.
Hey, babe, they didn't have politics, you go for
politics. When the people bring the senior say, I do that bro will not survive. Majority of the bro will die because they get money. We know that. Why? We are time. People will not die and go for it, and the men put back in place. People protect and go protect. Oh, we ain't die. But then, anytime they can't, they move on the other. They stand with them to kill anything. So. Now, politics, two speaking are talking. So, what will help us? Because we know that people evil have the point for all of the water, they are demon, they are devil, they get feeling for the celestial, and what will help us? You know what I'm saying? But tomorrow, God will be coming in time because I went for my business in poor man.
So, the Unity Party, other name, Unity Ebola?
Yeah, Unity Ebola, like the second Unity. I will call Monday again. We're coming down tomorrow, Monday, with a shopping. I open up in there. I call my family then. Come and let you both 2 rooms. They must enter 2 rooms in my house. They must enter 2 rooms. I bring my friends and we all going with us straight and I'm going to this in Grand so tell it
no, the CDC character there. Don't go in Grand to go disturb or the people going hard.
I said I'm going to disturb or tell you know the country of power.
So you get house in Grand
Yeah, I get house my left brother next to me. I pay 4 bedroom. I play in Nala.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's what we said. So I play. I go here. I go in last night. I said enter 2 rooms.
All right, so you might have the other citizens will not have place to build.
I want to say I want straight. So I can tell President we got rest at the FP at the place. Why coming? I pay the central bank, the former central bank, one of my cousin who come from in the same town. So I will go. Well, we got our 5 days. I will carry from in my town. So I want to tell them that I'm a boss Nigeria from the capital city Zwadu. So tell the people not the country of power. I will carry a message in my town. For time to time, I will speak that message to my people. Thank you very much.
All right, Vic. Have a nice weekend. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Otis. Come on, FBA Bonafa. Hello.
We're listening to you, Otis.
Yeah, I'm a first time calling your show. The reason I'm calling your show is that there are people they call Queen Sheba in the country again. I see people in the government. I see 6 and 7 going on. So what are you expecting? So let them take care of it. The Liberia people wanted like everything. So.
All right, Otis.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I call from under the streetlight in Royal Johnsonville, an outstanding member of the Concerned Liberians for Justice. So, Sam Andrew, I think that the best thing we can do as a Liberian, we just need to pray, and so that that particular virus should not penetrate and enter on the political landscape of Liberia, or else it will be a disastrous situation.
So,
let me tell you.
So you observing the measures?
That measure, nobody, in fact, government have not put in any measure, and when it comes to the prevention
But they say you already know now, so you're just start applying it.
Let me tell you, Mr. Sam Andrew, that's what government are well capacitated. But now each houses and at each house in Liberia you have a bucket and a hand sanitizer all over. And that should be distributed by the government, because when you're talking about, you are fully prepared to combat this particular a virus. Those are signs that we can see. We say, yeah, the government is prepared. But just to come and make an imaginative statement, that's completely gross incompetence on the part of government. We start hearing and as species across the country want practical action. Yes or yeah, can you imagine when any administration are highly sophisticated when it comes to money in every basic aspect of the society? Ebola penetrated and we saw what happened. Then this government that is heavily characterized with a grossly incompetent individual. So we just need to pray to God.
All right.
Well, when that virus enter here, will not be easy. Absolutely. You know, God we just have to commit the entire country to God. But these guys cannot fight. And
all right, Chief. Thank you.
They should be able to fight.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, G-Spanner, what's up? Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. People call Unity Party, they can't resolute nothing.
They can what?
Resolute.
G-Spanner, you're not going to teach our words again.
No problem.
You just get your notepad, your pen, just searching all the words.
I'll use no taste on your data. You can absolute any problem.
Yeah.
When it says Catalonia, yes, they party, they got Catalonia. I signal I come when they say, yeah, what they see. What if they have money that in their pocket will go, like with the S. Yeah, what they see. But we pray for everyone to happy, my brother. We pray for him because they put a care for human being. Already message with already they were Ebola time, it was but when you come, I'll pray for them. Most of them, all of them. Most of them, because they're eating the money, we're suffering, they're eating the money. So those Catalonians, they were in power.
Are you using mask? You're still jamming together?
I'm not using my here. God protecting me. I'm a family. God protecting you.
But the people say you must follow the measures now.
Oh, but what they give me for following? What did they give me? I follow the measure. What did they give me? I follow the measure. They gave bucket to anybody here. Any broad bucket. We are broad bucket. What they measure? They put in. Oh, my bar bucket. What do you get? We said to eat my bar bucket. So wash it. Then when they say God will protect us, and you, how is it no nose man? I will hear Ebola. I will hear Corona. I will today. I hear Ebola coming again.
G-Panel, they didn't see what they yell.
I'm not serious. For me, I'm going to check. You see, I'm going to check. But I want on bed, no better or here. Get a rest. That will be. I want to do my play instruments, but we'll be sweating. So, power the instrument, when I play instruments, we go to that. Or pass up pray, we can't utter.
Oh,
and I want to happen.
So
yeah.
in your church, you can put the speakers on.
But you want to be our pastor? Already not fast. You want to be my pastor? My pastor, that's too much. You want to hold you. You have to break. No problem. So power is showing me, my brother. Because they got government any problem to make it worse. And you must cut government here. So nobody respect. When you pastor, you imam, they can track you. So to put all measures in place to follow what instrument, my pastor to that let's pull the drive, man. Who want problem for no government yet? We go, we send out no thing. When you preach the 2 words, you can't answer.
Oh, you can sing in a church?
No, who wants to sing for the God be? I want to tell you, my brother. Oh, this fellow, when I play instrument, when I can't answer, they tell us we get glass, we do.
No.
We sing it, they sound will come out.
No, Jesus Banner, they say you can use your instrument, but they say the instrument will not be loud, the sound can.
My pastor left and my left, the day you go, then I ate. But to get ready to do nothing to get ready to do.
Where will you take that word from? Hey, where will you find that word you bring it here?
I let my son Masare can be on the show in the morning. my son Masare and the good nature man. And people want the resolute.
Bogari?
No, yeah. That is the good nature man. I big one, but you know you get small boy. I cannot resolute anything. So I cannot go bother. I want to support we are.
All right, Chief Father. I see you.
You know what I thought you laughing. I will not go to show again.
No, I enjoy the voice.
I will not go to show again.
But you have to resolute. All right, Chief Father.
He make it worse and worse.
All right, Chief Father. Hello.
How do you do, Mr. Andrew?
Yeah, fine.
I'm patient with multiple memory percent I pray for church.
You observing all the measures? You putting the measures in place?
I get pocket. Is buying? Is that easy? I will buy pocket. No more to buy my side and I'm buying Mr. Andrew. You buy my Mr. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And me send his message to President Bwaka. Hey, stop it too much traveling.
Ebola inter.
Oh,
yeah, but in Liberia, the boy is in Liberia.
Mr. Andrew, I invited President Bwaka. Hey, sit down. Hey, stop the too much traveling. We want Bwaka to bring Ebola here because Ebola is deadly. 2014, we saw it, Mr. Andrew. Ebola and DV. One person play, everybody go. One person get it, everybody can catch it. So I think the President Bwaka is sit down. Of course, when you go somewhere, nothing can come. It better go to if Peter to bring thing there. You know, they tell official can bring thing there. They do too much traveling. Then they are fasting in the cabinet meeting. Every week, cabinet meeting, when they get hot, then they are fasting. They shouldn't travel. Ebola around. And to the issue of the speaker, Mr. Andrew. You are yes.
So how you worshiping in your church now? Yeah.
With God in power, they churches were using a big speaker and they were playing it loud. They were telling others the Lord said they may be the best person in Africa. Who are using the microphone and run. When it can be the microphone and they were playing Muga, they were only there. They won't stop people. They will not be loud. And the pastor they were loud. Telling people that the Lord said they may be the best person when the men will enjoy will come.
And you know they were going to happen too?
No.
They're not going to use loudspeaker outside. Because when they're having program in the open, they will not use loudspeakers. If they put speakers outside, it will have to be the word they get for a moderate, and not loud and not low. So the law also applies to them. And the people who making the law, they are the first people to set example. So they say you must put loudspeaker outside. So they too, when they put a speaker outside, the speaker will not be loud too. So it will go for everybody.
President Bwaka, yes, it should be loud.
Yeah, but when Boaga go to any program, will be watching. When already, but well, okay. Patience. You know that Boaga said, but when Boaga go
No, get it, grammar food. So, never Andrew, they didn't go on. Maybe they put drill when programming project, they get a sugar around Mama last year. What did I want? You think so, Mr. Andrew?
But anyway, they do it, the thing that you put it can also affect you because you're in that society. So the thing they doing it, they're just heading the head. They can't carry it to the end.
You tell Boga children get flop, so they will load it on the speaker. Let's they bring a photo of power. That doesn't they speak bring a photo of power.
But they able to go tell the imam there, soon money one getting ready to come to the station. They both calling for the prayer. They able to go there. Don't matter that the Christians they can be exercising the Muslim, they able to go stand in front of the imam there. The people can do the cost some money.
So imam cry, making 7,000. They told Mr. Andrew, imam cry making 7,000 to people. Mr. Andrew, they go me here. Nothing will get for the poor. Me, I just passing for let you sit down. You shouldn't go around Congo. You shouldn't bring Ebola yet.
All right.
You shouldn't bring around Congo.
All right, patience. Hello. You went off. Let's go this way.
Mr. Sen, Andrew, the party who asking them for them to be the truthful, let it like for the truth. Because during Ebola time, early administration, people had Ebola from even the doctor then, they had it from the citizen, they had it from the government worker then, half of them get Ebola. Then they see Ebola with Yenya Congo, so everybody hovering in the country now. We that you will see it and it happened to our people then die. So we're asking the government, please, all you blind been doing, what they want be true and tell us what happened. And we'll put the message out that the people able to barber the message. Yeah, job we are doing in under 2017. Yeah, that's the best way. But the government, when you not do that one, that thing will affect the country because they can't sit down. They can go anywhere, they're begging for money, they're going for job, they don't want all the kind of corporate lines and they bring it. So we're tired with that one. Begging them. Thank you.
All right, Chief. Thank you too. Have a great weekend. Today is Friday. Yes, it is. It's Friday. The 22nd. The month is gradually going to an end. Gradually going to a to know a pastor. If you are a pastor, your church, imam, how have you processed it, or you people are processing it? The reason I asked that question because it's going to get into something messy. It's going to cause a serious problem. Again, please, we're sounding or speaking the future. Some of you will think that nothing will happen, nothing going to come of this. No, it's going to be a serious confusion. Having thought about it and weigh in all of the factors, I decided to ask the question this way, mainly to the pastors, heads of churches, overseers, how do you call it? GO, daddy GO, imams. Because every day that comes, Today, it may be understandable to you, but tomorrow, the situation will compel you to act the other way. And when the authority respond, there will be confusion, misunderstanding. Moreover, some of the pastors are supporters of Unity Party. From that point, they will accept, even though they're not too satisfied with it, but because it is their government, they will accept conditionally. And if there is an event that requires law, they will attempt to do, and then there will be the including wedding receptions, engagements, and everything. I see confusion all over the place. Moreover, I am sensing, given the factors before us, that the government will move to relax it. Right now, it looks good. It sounds better. The city corporation people, I do not know whether they took into consideration all of the factors apart from the power that they have, or they just rely on the power or acting upon the power, because you can have the power, but then you have to analyze, bring all of the variables or indicators on the table and use your discretion on how to go about executing such a plan you have. Everyone needs a decent city. No one is saying that there shouldn't be a decent city. The city shouldn't be clean. The city should be noisy. No. You have a boring, you get bored rather in some areas. The sound is loud. Because one, they did not take into consideration that such measure requires not only the money, not only the good ideas, but the manpower. To win such or to execute such, you need substantial manpower, meaning monitoring, very significant. As we speak, today is Friday, the weekend. Don't go in Central Morovia. Just where you are. The entertainment centers allow the music. Yesterday, we were passing around the Boulevard area, going through 72nd and the Ghana's Way area. As soon as you get in that boulevard, that corridor, you can hardly understand anything. Music from every angle, everywhere. The entertainment center. So, assuming the city police officers went there at night and started to tell them to shut down all those sounds, what's going to happen? It could lead to something else. Cool. But let's see, we are observing. We are observing. So as usual, today is the weekend. We can go home with, we wouldn't go home with the caption, George, we are returning to the presidency 2029. It is obvious. It's on resets. It returns next week. So let's go home with sports. Since my team FC Barcelona won the Spanish domestic league, Arsenal winning the Barclays Premiership or the Premier League after 22 years. What is ahead of us? The Champions League, Real Madrid turning into a boxing ring, players fighting amongst themselves, leaving one of the players finding himself in hospital. All those, they just pass on. So let me share my opinion on those in the next few minutes we have, and then we are out. Congratulations to my team, FC Barcelona. We saw that coming. We did prepare for it. We did plan, and we did execute our plan well. Thank you all for standing with us. FC Barcelona, the greatest club in the world. There's no club that is so great. That brings out young players and get them at the peak of domestic and continental football than FC Barcelona. So when we started, they were referring to our team as children team, academy team, small children team, small boys team, because we brought several from the academy. We brought Lamin, Femi, Mark Banner, Mark Casado, Badi, all those young guys. Real Madrid, on the other hand, as usual, their life of Galácticos. Galácticos in Spanish is an expression for big names, top players. So they went for Kylian Mbappe. They went for all those top guys. That's what Real Madrid is noted for. So their players, their fans were outright convinced that Barcelona was never going to go anywhere. Personally, I was not frightened at all, because we witnessed top names coming to Real Madrid before Kylian Mbappe, and FC Barcelona subdued all of them. So when Kylian Mbappe was announced, we were just excited that Real Madrid was going to be upset. Moreover, Kylian Mbappe is not noted for carrying domestic trophies. He may have won the Champions League, but it wasn't his sole effort, but collective. So he has a spell that until Real Madrid can let him go, they will continue to suffer at the hands of FC Barcelona. We took 2 trophies from them in finals. We beat them at will in La Liga. And Hansi Flick, our coach, has gone down in history with hat-trick defeat. Hat-trick sacking. Our coach, Hansi Flick, he sacked 3 Real Madrid managers. So the small children club, the small boys, the academy team went on to win La Liga. Kylian Mbappe and the rest of the guys, they gave Madrid nothing. What was even damaging, which has not happened in Real Madrid history, Madrid players, physical fight on the field, practice ground. Tchouaméni, my favorite player on Real Madrid, the man I am afraid of, Valverde, and that other man. That man, all the time when Madrid about to play, that man I can be checking on. 1 year that Valverde is not in the game, I say, God, thank you. Because that man is an engine. That man, not only that, but he is a visionary. He reads the game. I afraid of that man. When that man in a game, I say, but then we have to fight hard to close him up. But once Valverde is not in Real Madrid game, I relax. Just cross my leg, get my juice. It's just a matter of time before the goals will go in. So they are out. Now they've been looking for coach. They tried talking to Zidane. Florentino Perez reached out to Zidane on several occasions, convincing him to come back to Real Madrid. They had thought that Xabi Alonso would have made the difference and stay on. Nothing. They brought in former player Alvaro Arbeloa. He too, they thought that he would have taken Madrid to another level. No. Perez. If you give us, which can happen, but just for discussion's sake, you gave us Xabi Alonso, Barcelona will go on to win trophies and beat Real Madrid at will. You gave us Arbeloa, Barcelona will go on to win trophies and beat Real Madrid at will. Arbeloa, Xabi Alonso were not Real Madrid problem. If you are a fan of Real Madrid and have been following your club, no, they weren't the problem. Real Madrid problem is Florentino Perez. Florentino Perez believe in bringing in big names, then building a team for the future. Since his ascendancy, he has never exercised patience to develop Real Madrid Academy. He has always gone out, look for big name, bring all those big names, and then when they're not performing well, they're not winning trophy, he look on the other side for big names again. Look over the years, he had not been happy working for them. Xabi Alonso tried to go to the academy. Arbeloa tried to do same. Nothing. Didn't want to accept. Look at Barcelona. Barcelona will only attempt to get a player outside for small money, but they will take majority of the guys from the academy. That's why Real Madrid fans will say, oh, Barcelona can spend. Barcelona cheap. Because they know their clubs for going out splashing money on big names. But Barcelona will not do that. Don't trust their own academy. Look at the team. You have fewer older players on Barcelona. The rest, so small children. Look at Kobasi, central defense. Kobasi, I think a couple of days from now, he will be between 18 and 19. Look at our left back, man. He now he playing central back. Amen. I'm not picking amen. Look at him. The man stay in him reaches 20 years. Then look at body, look at Lamine. All those small picking in. Barcelona took time to groom them. And the time came to give them the responsibility. Those kinds of people, when they're on the field, you know what runs to the mind? They have not achieved the need to achieve. When you put money into people, BB names that already achieved on the other side, they come to you, they ain't get much. They're not on an obligation they will attempt to do, but they will not feel it because they've already won. They taste this trophy, they have tasted the trophy they won. But not picking them from the academy? No. So they will put everything into it. That's how you see the Barcelona beginning and play. So congratulations to FC Barcelona. Even the club this week. They have a game this weekend. So we said next week. This week and will be his last game. Now, Pep Guardiola is the greatest coach in football history. This man has not gone to a club and will not win trophies. With Manchester City, 20. Before Guardiola took over, Manchester City was not known as a brand club in domestic and continental football. Nobody knew Manchester City. It was all Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool. Those were the three clubs in England for pretty close to 10 years. Dominated that football atmosphere. Arsenal, even though Arsenal was not winning, but Arsenal was at the top. Liverpool, Manchester United. When you talk about names in the Premiership, these three clubs, they were the stand-out clubs. Manchester City was nowhere. Nobody knew the name Manchester City until the Arab guys took over Manchester City. They did a huge financial a modern day coach, a coach with liberal idea on the page that the team will play free flow football, what in Spanish they call tiki-taka. When Pep Guardiola left Barcelona, Manchester City felt that, look, this man here, let's hire him. Since he said he announced that he's leaving Barcelona and giving the way he built Barcelona and the trophies that they won, they dominated Europe for several years. They were the most fierce team. This man can do the same for us. That's why Manchester City hired him. He went to Manchester City. He changed. Oh, okay, Chelsea. Yeah, 4 clubs. Chelsea, sorry. Chelsea didn't come to mind readily. Chelsea. That's Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, and Arsenal. Manchester City was nowhere. So they brought him to play, to develop the team. They had not won the Champions League, nothing. They were far, far down the pecking order. Guardiola took them. British commentators, they confess that since Guardiola took over Manchester City, not only has the club risen to a level of British football in terms of getting the attention of the fans and the journalists and the rest of the people, but that the team has started to play attractive football. Fast forward, Manchester City started dominating teams in England. Pep Guardiola went on. He started winning the Barclays Premiership the first time, the second time, the third time. Went on to win the Champions League for Manchester City, FA Cup, and all of those cups that Manchester City fans did not even dream that they would ever have won it. What am I saying by this? Every club that Pep Guardiola goes to, he achieves and he leaves with pride, with dignity, with honor. That's why Manchester City officials decided to name a place in his name. What the people meant was, since our club being in existence, we have not reached to this level. Leaving, we must memorialize him. That's what Manchester City people decided to do. Not only that, according to BBC, they have decided to give him a grandeur honor of gratitude from where he took the club. From nowhere to somewhere, Pep Guardiola. And I'm excited. Will I continue to support Man City, to be with Man City? Well, I do not know. I have to think about it with Pep Guardiola going, because it was because of Pep Guardiola that I was supporting Manchester City. I owe a debt of gratitude to Pep Guardiola, given where he took our team, FC Barcelona, the number of trophies, and how he made us a formidable force in La Liga and in Europe, winning more than 20 trophies. Why this man? This man trophies always beyond 20. Then you call this man small coach? I don't know what I would support Manchester City because he's leaving. It was because of him I was supporting Manchester City as my former coach. But we say congratulations. Then to Arsenal, as we are already out of time. Arsenal Football Club. I did not congratulate Arsenal. It wasn't anything to me when I heard that Arsenal won the Barclays Premier. To win it. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I've not supported Arsenal. But I accepted that Arsenal, after 22 years, okay. I would have been excited. What I said to myself, had Arsenal won it with Thierry Henry on the team before leaving to join us, FC Barcelona, though he gave everything to Arsenal, but he wasn't fortunate. He came to us, he won the Champions League, he won La Liga, he won all of those things. I had wanted him to have won the Barclays Premiership with Arsenal before leaving. Since he didn't, that was my sadness. Not an Arsenal fan, I didn't want them to win it. The second reason is because of my coach. I wanted Pep Guardiola to win that last trophy and sign off with it. Since it didn't happen, fine. Must I congratulate Arsenal? No. No. So, if I can congratulate Arsenal, then it means Somebody is asking Sam Andrews, if you can congratulate us, Arsenal, which is sportsmanship, then it means that you wouldn't want us to win the Champions League. Anything yet? Arsenal won it or not anything to me. Arsenal winning it after 22 years, just like a team that won a game yesterday and they went to play today, they won again. Nothing surprised after 22 years. So that's why I say minus. So Arsenal after 22 years. And there are people winning the domestic league after every 1-2 years, they win it. The following year, they win it. Or 22 years. That's something that to celebrate. It means it's just been visionless all the time. So, if they win PSG, fine, but I'm going for PSG. I am convinced that Arsenal cannot beat PSG. And PSG will not sit there and allow Arsenal to beat them. That curse will not be broken. The 2006 curse will not be broken. Since Barcelona took the UEFA Champions League from them, they have never gone around the quarterfinals, least to say semifinals. Now their fans are excited and boasting and bragging all over. No problem. Everyone entitled to their opinion. But if you are an Arsenal fan, if you are a supporter of Arsenal, please go to the two best medicine women in Liberia or in the world, called Bale Wule and Nandi Muna. So they will walk in favor of Arsenal. Maybe the only way you're winning, you go to the two best medicine women, Bale Wule and Nandi Muna. You carry PSG name, say, made them weak. Yeah, weekend them. When the ball go in the area, the Mona see it. Let's go. Only the referee and the fans. That only way. But on a normal level, you're done. When you score one goal, then a consolation goal for your PSG will beat you convincingly. And why am I supporting PSG? Again, because of Barcelona. I'm supporting PSG because of Ousmane Dembele and my coach, Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique took over my team, FC Barcelona, and won several trophies. But he did extremely well. He was very decisive in vital games that we needed points. We needed to move. We needed a game. He came out. Once he wore that FC Barcelona jersey, I support him anywhere. So I'm going for PSG in the UEFA Champions League because of Ousmane Dembele and Luis Enrique. Victory for PSG. Defeat for Arsenal. That curse will not be broken. 22 years, it will take 22 years. 22 years before Arsenal win UEFA Champions League. And it took 22 years for you to win the Barclays Premiership. The same way you'll be checking, it will take 22 years game before you win it. I see you. That's how I told to go on sporting note. FC Barcelona was greatest still. All my Barcelona fans, my Barcelona boys, Barcelona girls, Barcelona ladies, all of you, wherever you are so great, so massive, so extraordinary. Let's keep supporting the team. Next season, we're bringing in great players. We'll update you people. We're bringing the team will be strong more than ever before. I can show you the names that we have, Lano. You'll be so proud of FC Barcelona. Then you take with face the issues. You don't want to miss it. This is how Real Talk recess for this week to return afresh on next week, Monday, if God permits. We're back. Again, join Newton Tokwa and the Diaspora team this evening at 8 o'clock. Face the issues.
The latest news to your favorite tunes. We've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your crew. Kings FM 80.